Having been in crypto for 7 years now, I can tell you that XRP, from everyone that I've spoken to, guys in communities, phone calls, Zoom calls, meeting people in person, XRP is the most popular coin, right? If you put it in on YouTube, you've just got so many videos about this coin, what the price predictions will be. But 99.9% of these are not really giving you any information. It's all speculation. It's all price predictions. There's even a guy that sits on his front porch every day talking about XRP. Does it really help anyone that owns it? Probably not. So what I'm trying to give you is some actual value, some actual way that you can use your XRP to try and make some money. Now, I'm not going to lie to you, right? The title of this video, you are not going to get a ROI of, say, $50 a day, which is around $1,500 a month, from 1K of XRP, from 5K of XRP. It's not happening. And if anyone says that it is, then they're just lying. Okay? Now, what I'm going to go through is how you can generate yield with it. And it is by using DeFi. So you supply your existing asset, which is your XRP. And let's bear in mind, right? Let's just get to the actual point that this year it's going to go sideways. There's no point me pretending that, oh yeah, it's going to pump tomorrow like every other XRP guy. I'm not an XRP guy. I'm just realistic. There isn't a 10K XRP coming. There isn't a massive pump coming no matter what happens in the news, right? So if you put that aside, how can you monetize what you've got to earn more XRP? Because that's why you've watched this video, right? You supply your asset to a liquidity pool and you earn yield of that liquidity pool weekly, daily, weekly, monthly, and you compound that to gain more XRP. Or you can stack it for BTC, or you can spend it, or you can stack it somewhere else like stocks, for example. Let me give you an example of how this works. This is a website called PancakeSwap, and this is a DeFi protocol. I've used this, in the past years ago when I was staking cake, but I'm going to give you a couple of examples of how this would work in real time. So let's say you've got $50,000 of XRP, right? If you stake them in this particular liquidity pool, obviously do your own research, see what's out there. I'm going to show you some more examples in a minute. And you were to set this up with a range of, let's just say, $1.10 to $1.72, which is around a 43% range. This is going to give you an ROI of around $878 a month. So that's a bit under our target, the 1.76% a month. Again, I'm going to show you, you have got more options to do this, but just for easiness sake of showing you what happens. What that does, splits your XRP into 50% XRP, 50% USDT, and then you earn yield every single day, every single week, every single month. And obviously it compounds as time goes on, right? That's the simplicity behind it. Yeah. If you're looking for more options, you can use something like VFAT, and we obviously teach this in the group. We've got an XRP USDT pool here on Uniswap, 50% width, earning around 42% a year, which would gain you probably around right the $1,500 a month off 50K, right? Now, there are variables with this. You can decrease the width to increase the yield, or if you've got more XRP in the bag, you can make the range wider. And what this is going to do is earn you a monthly income, right? Simple as that. No stupid price predictions. Yeah, this is just real as it gets. You're taking your existing XRP, depositing it into a liquidity pool, and earning an ROI back of that. As simple as you can get, using a simple strategy, either within here or in VFAT if you want to use that. But this is the method it's using. The yield is variable. So the yield can go lower, it can go higher. It just depends on the volume. But XRP is quite a popular coin. there will be quite a lot of volume going between XRP and a stable coin, which is the examples that I've shown. If you have maybe a mixture of assets, there's XRP Ethereum pools, there's XRP BTC pools, there's XRP BNB pools. There's a number of combinations that you can use. But obviously, when you get into DeFi, when you set something like this up, you've got to get a variable of there's a lot of variables depending on what you own. So obviously the amount of XRP you have, the dollar value, the other coins that are in your portfolio, and how much you want to risk by starting in DeFi. If you are looking at starting, the best thing you can do is test first. So what that means is getting a small amount, i.e. $100, putting it into a pool and then testing out how it behaves, how much you actually get back of it to calculate the true APR, and testing a couple of ones against each other and seeing which ones perform best. What you can do then is the exciting part, which is scale your pool up, right? And people say, oh, what are the risks? It just depends on what protocol you use. So we've all seen you can call it a hack, but an exploit on a coin that was being used in Aave, right? Aave itself has billions of dollars locked in it, right? We had a drop a couple of days ago from what was being used, and people say, well, DeFi is risky because of what happened to Aave. It wasn't actually Aave it happened to, it was one of the coins within it, right? It was a staked ETH token, and it's still being used today back on the platform. And I'm convinced that the powers that be do this just to deter people away from DeFi, right? There's many ways you can earn, not just on XRP, but on your existing crypto. Unfortunately, the harsh reality is with XRP and all altcoins, if I'm completely honest with you, is we had a bull run. And I've said this before, it's pretty obvious we had a bull run. If you're watching this, you've got XRP, you will know that the all-time high of XRP was in 2025, right? We had the all-time high of Bitcoin, the all-time high of Ethereum, the all-time high of Solana, the all-time high of XRP in the bull run just gone, right? So if you pay attention to the bull runs, the bear markets, that would mean that we're in for a period of consolidation, sideways and downward movement as we go forward in this market. So the question is, all these videos that you watch, really, let's be honest, are mental masturbation, because they're not really giving you any value. They're not really going to help you make any money this year, because all they're doing is just reiterating the same points, entangling them into real world scenarios, i.e., the Iran war, whether it's, something that happens with a bank. I've seen every single type of video over the past 7 years that these guys make, right? XRP pumped because of the bull run. No other reason otherwise. And guess what? It has shown that it has been tested over a number of bull runs and done well. So you can use the previous data that we've got and assume that that will happen in the next bull run. That's quite a way off. So if you want to accumulate more XRP, you want to earn yield, you want to do whatever you want to do with the yield you earn off your XRP, your keys, your coins, you can do with it what you want. You can test it as long as you want. You can do the pool as long as you want. There's no lockup periods or anything like that. And the power is in your hands to learn this and implement it. So if you want to do that, the information is here. If you want to take it further, you can obviously book a call with us, join the 10K Fast Track community, and we can show you how to put that into practice at scale if you want to do that. That's it for me today. If you enjoy my content, please like, subscribe. See you all very soon.